Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to jump on here to create a little video just because I've been getting a few messages just around the volume side of things in terms of how to scale and grow an agency. Um, I've been trying to ramp up my agency myself, so I just want to jump on here and I really want to map it out to you to make sure it really drives home as to why you need to be sending more messages to grow and scale your business. So I guess as a beginner or someone who's trying to enter the industry, it's quite a saturated industry. There's lots of agency owners out there. There's lots of people trying to start their agency. They see the online business as something that gets them out of the 9 to 5 roles. So this is really to drive that home and to show why you need to be sending a completely high volume of outreach to grow and scale your business if you're beginning or in your early stages of scaling your business. So to begin with, I really want to drive home the fact that you need to send 150 to 300 messages per day at minimum to try and grow and scale your business. Without that, you're relying on a lot of luck, and the volume is not there to actually push you through and scale your business consistently. So I've made a little funnel here. I guess it's not the best funnel, but it sort of shapes like one. Um, but I guess this is trying to illustrate exactly what would be expected in the funnel of your messages. So when I say the funnel of messages, say you send out 100 messages, this is be sort of what you would expect to receive on the back end from those 100 messages. So just as a little pointer here and a note that these rates would be according to if your profile is optimized, your messaging is optimized, your sales skills are quite good, your Loom videos are quite good. So everything's as good as it possibly can be, so then you can actually filter people through the funnel. So if you send out 100 messages and everything is optimized for you, I guess you can expect to see about a 30% response rate on those messages. Lots of people may see higher, may see lower, but on average, you see about 30% response rate. Why the 70% don't respond? There could be a lot of reasons. Either your message is getting restricted, your message is getting sent to spam or to the message request, and the person doesn't see it. Um, the person actually sees your message, but they get caught up in life and they're super busy, so they don't respond. So all these different factors, right? So we can expect about 30%. From that 30%, about half of those we can expect to nurture into requesting a Loom video. The Loom video essentially would be a value video or personal video that you can provide some value and explain your service a little bit better so that you can book them onto a sales call. So from that 50%, you can expect about 30% to actually book an appointment, whether that be a direct sales call or a two-call close where you can actually just nurture them for the first time, provide some value, and actually grow that relationship to then close them on the back end. Of those 30%, we can expect about 20% to close. So this is assuming that your sales skills aren't completely optimized, but they're still quite good. So 1 in 5 will close and become a client of yours. So of that 100 messages, just in like a number basis, you have 30%, 30% response rate. So 30 people will reply. Of that, half will request a Loom. So if you send out 15 Loom videos between 5 and 10 minutes each, of those 15, we expect about 30% to book a call. So we can assume that's about 5 of those people. And then assuming that the 20% close rate will be one person that will actually sign on to your agency. So of 100 messages, assuming absolutely everything is optimized, you can get one client consistently. So to really drive this home, I want to use an example of comparing two agencies. One agency sends out 50 messages per day, and the other agency sends out 300 messages per day. Whilst 50 and 300 is an enormous difference, depending on if you're doing it yourself or not, or if you have someone in your business who can actually do it for you, or you use some sort of software to automate it, the actual incremental workload is not actually that great if you do 50 versus 300. Right, so if we look at the 50 first, and we use these response rates, so 30%, 50% Loom, 30% booked, and 20% closed, we can assume that if we send out 50 messages, our profile is optimized, everything is on point. We can expect about 15 replies of those 50 messages. That's about 30%. Of those, we can expect roughly about half to request a Loom after we've nurtured them in the messages, provided some value, and actually said, okay, well, I want to provide you another value video that's personalized to you. Expect about 7 Loom videos, right? Of those, we can hopefully expect about 1 to 2 appointments booked. Probably on the lower end of 1 at the moment, given that we're a young or a very early stage agency. And then on average, if we're looking at about 20%, we can't expect to have a consistent sales or a closing rate. So of that, we may only book 1 in every 5. So on average, you won't actually book that client into your business. So we can expect that from the 50 messages, you may be able to book 1 client if you have everything optimized. However, you're leaving a lot up to chance and you'll probably end up with no sales. However, if we compare that to agency two, right, and we have 300 messages per day, and for example, you can send 300 messages per day yourself. That's not actually that difficult. It's just monotonous, and you have to actually have the mindset to do it. If you really want to grow and scale your business, I suggest trying to find someone to do that for you, whether that be through a VA or another business partner. However, it's up to you depending on what your situation is. So the return on the 300 messages is vastly different to what the return of 50 messages is. So agency two sends out 300 messages per day. They can expect about 90 replies, right? So that's 30% of 300. So that's so many more replies than 15. So that's so many more leads that you can actually go out and nurture and continually try to book onto calls, right? So say you can assume that everything's optimized and you actually get 45 Loom requests. Wow, 45 is a lot, right? That seems like a lot of work. But in the scale of things, when you're trying to scale and grow your business, this is what you need to do. So 45 Loom requests, say you go and record these 45, 5 to 10 minute videos, you send them out, and from those videos and some follow-ups, you can get about 15 appointments booked. That's pretty good, right? 15 appointments booked, that would be a pretty hectic week of sales, plus potentially serving some other clients and doing more outreach and managing your business, right? That's pretty busy. From that, you can only sort of expect about 2 to 3 sales, which isn't that high considering the amount of work that you've actually just put in. But what the thing is that happens is that over a consistent amount of time, you better optimize your replies, optimize your Loom requests, optimize your appointments booked, and therefore increase your sales as well. So over time, as you compound these effects, you're actually going to get stronger and a lot better at this process. So agency one has no sales. Agency two has 2 to 3 sales potentially if everything is optimized, right? So which one of these do you think is going to scale a lot harder and a lot faster? So they're going to grow their clientele base and they're actually going to be able to grow their revenues and actually achieve what they want. So to really drive this home with like a real world example, I was listening to Alex Hormozy the other day on a podcast. I absolutely love Alex Hormozy. I think he's great. The way he set up his businesses, run his businesses, they're awesome. So if you want to listen to him, just search him up on Spotify. I think he's on Apple Podcasts or whatever that platform is. But yeah, he's great. Anyway, so he was talking about when he was trying to scale his gym business. He had a brick and mortar gym business. And in his business, he had a friend who said to him, okay, well, this is sort of before the real digital media really took off. And he said, okay, well, one of the best ways to actually get people into your gym is to use flyers. So Alex Hormozy goes away and goes, okay, well, I can make flyers. And I think he said he sent out maybe 100 or 200, maybe 500 flyers. He said he spent a fair bit of time doing it. He made them pretty good on the computer, printed them out, handed them out, walked around to all the houses, handed them out, etc. And then he went back to his friend and he said, well, I've sent out 500, say it's 500. I've sent out 500 flyers last week, and I got no one else coming to my gym. Like, what did I do wrong? And the guy goes, oh, well, who's also another gym owner, he goes, oh, well, I actually sent 5,000 as a test. And I was like, wow. So if he's realizing then that 5,000 flyers is a test run, imagine how many he's actually sending out once he's tested them and optimized them and then done it, right? He's going to be sending out 10,000, 15,000, as many as he possibly can to then get the people coming into his gym. So I guess if we relate that back to this, it's the exact same thing as this, right? 50 messages versus 300 messages per day. Which one of these is going to bring you the best results? 50 messages, a low yield, 300 messages, the same percentage yield, but a lot higher in terms of quantity and actual quality of the outcome. So, what's the outcome of this whole thing? Increase your outreach, right? Send more messages. If you can't do it yourself, you don't have time, you're at university, you're working, all this sort of thing, looking at finding a way that you can actually do that. Use software, use virtual assistants. You can message me to find out how I do it with a VA. You can do all these different things, right? But just increase your outreach. You want to send more messages where you can optimize things based on the response of that and therefore grow your business more effectively. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions just around the volume side of things, comment below or send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm all over it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch ya.